Wait, are we gonna? I was gonna ask, are we gonna do like an intro on these, or are we really not doing nothing, just jumping right into it? I kind of miss your
Something
beats at the
stupid.
beginning.
Oh, I mean, for like reviews and stuff, I do that for sure. But I
I miss that.
everybody hit an instrument. We're gonna make a beat right now with our.
Dee doo dee doo dee doo. Still waiting on Ashton's instrument.
I am not even.
What do you? Come on, bro.
You can
One
literally just be
time
like,
for the one time. I got a lot of
say an
energy
ad lib.
on it. I don't know
Nah.
why.
ad lib, and then Josh will loop it.
It's true.
Okay, do you remember any of your topics, Josh?
No, because I just woke up, so my brain got it.
Oh my
I need
goodness.
Christ almighty.
there's a buffering rate for my brain. And
You're not winning, son.
It buffers every
We
hour.
were relying on you.
All I got on me is the Justice League talk, but Josh hasn't seen it, so it really kind of doesn't.
No, y'all can talk about I'm probably never gonna watch that one. So
That's fine. I don't expect you to.
that's just. I didn't even like the cartoon Justice League, so
Me either. That shit was booty. Batman Beyond, though. That was the shit.
Batman Beyond, I'm there, but it's not. They're not there,
Yeah. Straight up.
Straight up. Man, what did I want to talk about? It was like a stupid question. It was like
We were
it was
relying
like
on you here, Josh.
It was like a versus question. Like, would you rather something or something? Bro, it was so dumb. What was it? How about we just, let's start this episode off by saying that it is my. No, let me lower my volume down and see it's going red. Let's just say that it's somebody's birthday here, and it's not mine or Ashton's.
Happy
birthday, happy birthday to my boy over there, Dillon. That's all I got for that one.
Oh,
That
God.
was
I need to do my
beautiful.
ringtone.
That was truly a work of art.
So you know how I have the Attack on Titan ringtone? It'd be going off.
Yeah.
So I have had my phone on silent since the first time I've ever gotten the phone. That thing went to silent, and I purposely took it off just so I could start hearing that ringtone. And at work,
people
it's
give you weird looks.
At work, all you hear is. I'm like,
Okay, wait. Okay, I don't think Ashton knows. So put your phone on loud right now and put it up to the mic because I'm gonna call you.
Oh,
All right, 1 second. Let me put it.
Okay, let
So
me know when you're
on
good.
season 1 of Attack on Titan.
Wait, don't tell. Okay.
Oh, there we go. It's
Okay,
on.
I'm just gonna call. I'm gonna call you. We're all waiting for Josh's ringtone. Hold on, it says calling.
I could show the people too. I haven't showed
It's
most
so obnoxious.
Bro, it actually is. It's so loud at work. Like we just be chill. Oh wait, hold on. I should have. I should have picked up. Dang it. But at work, we just be chilling. All of a sudden, here is just out of nowhere. It's great.
Can you
It's great.
imagine when movie theaters are back to normal and you accidentally leave that shit on?
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it for one movie. I don't care. I don't know what movie, but
It'd be acceptable if they had an Attack on Titan movie.
it would. If, a little someone called Whip wants to make it, but
Yeah.
Oh, speaking
Bite
of
my lip
anime
right there.
movies, is anybody excited about the Demon Slayer movie?
what do you mean? Are we excited? What kind of what?
I mean, nobody said anything about it, so I don't know.
That's like, are we excited at God of War 2? You don't gotta ask for that one.
Yeah,
Okay, but like no one has
that's kinda
said
weird.
anything about it, so I didn't know.
I feel like we've talked about it in the group
Definitely
chat. I
haven't.
feel like we've.
We have.
Yes, we have.
Not
Josh
recently.
is-
100 hundo
Bruh,
bazillion percent.
I think I did last week. I said in the group chat, I was all like, it just was just
date.
announced that the theaters in May, I think, and then or some shit like that, and then digital release in June. I totally did.
Oh wait, maybe you did. I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
been a while
yeah.
though. It's been a while, and I just feel like it's coming up, and I thought it was relevant, but I'm sorry.
How much
no,
is
no,
it to
you're
rent
good.
a theater? I will rent
It should be
an
saucy.
auditorium.
I'm
movie.
really curious on the choice of why they're doing it. Not that I don't want it, but it really is like because I've read it all and I know what happens, and I know it's like literally like 3-4 chapters worth, and I'm wondering why they chose those 3 or 4 chapters. So it's like canon. So it's like if you want to go into season 2, you definitely need to watch it. I feel because there is like an important event that happens, a couple of them. So it's just a weird move because it's like I think we got season 2 coming later this year, but like not everyone watches those anime movies. Like I love My Hero Academia, but I think there's like 2 or 3 movies and I haven't watched any of them, but they're all canon. So I'm confused as fuck when the season comes back.
Wait, the movies aren't canon for My Hero.
Yes, they are, sir.
I watched the first one. That definitely wasn't canon.
Bro,
Like,
it is. I promise you.
Like it could be, but I swear, like
What
'cause
happened
people
in
said
it?
you're supposed to
What's the first one?
When they were at I think it was a
Like that
casino.
island?
Yeah, they were like, you know. And
Yeah,
then,
and like you get All Might's backstory.
Yeah, pretty much with his friend.
Bro,
and
that's
stuff.
canon, 100%.
Bro, like, because people said the order you're supposed to watch it in was season 1, then that movie, then season 2. But
Yeah,
I
that
finished
is how you're
season
supposed to
2, and it there was nothing. That movie had no correlation to that second season.
Bro, yes, it does. Okay, you didn't pay attention. Okay, it's all good. It's all. I'm not gonna fight
I
you
did.
on this.
What-
I'm not gonna fight you on this. No,
Oh
I'm
my
not gonna fight you
goodness.
on it. You go watch your Fire Force, bro. My Hero.
I can't.
Academia.
I've watched all of it. That's why I'm watching
I'm
My
so
Hero. Bro, I'm telling you, Fire Force. Actually, season 2 was garbage. Like season 2 plot wise was actually like a mess, but I'll take it. So I don't care. I liked it.
You're just here for the animation.
Yeah. And then the audio soundtrack.
I don't know, man. To each their own. I don't think it's trash, but like I can't. It's really hard. I'm really forcing myself to try to
feel
get
it.
through it every time.
Bro, it
That's
took
what
me
she
like a
said.
whole month to get to episode 8.
I'm so sorry for her.
Did that Invincible show come out yet?
I just asked about that.
There's a lot of pre-release stuff for like if you're famous, which we are not yet, but it comes out this Friday. I'm pretty stoked for it.
So, wait, how long is the comic? Like, is it a long series?
Honestly, it's like 20 something. I want to say 25 volumes. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, you could probably read it in a week.
Yeah. Is it like a volume in comics? Is it like a volume in manga where like there's like 4
Yeah,
chapters?
where it consists of chapters, issues. Yeah.
So that's roughly like it's probably gonna be like if it's a 20-minute episode thing, it's probably only gonna be like 6 episodes long or something.
Yeah, I'm really concerned. Well, not concerned per se. I'm curious to see how they tackle it because there's a big event plot wise in the first volume alone, and I'm like, are you gonna? It just seems like a season finale type of thing, but I'm like, are you gonna drag the season out for one volume? Like, I don't know. I'm sure they laid it out where they like wrote it appropriately, but I don't know. I'm really curious to see how that happens, but I'm stoked for it because it's finally gonna get attention.
I'm hyped for it. Like, I don't really watch American things anymore, but like, it's 2D, so I have to.
Are you gonna watch it dubbed or subbed?
I'm gonna watch it definitely German subbed.
Okay, well, while we're on the talk of superheroes, I know Josh, you're not really invested in it, but say your thoughts every now and then if there's something you can.
Yeah,
but
Batman
so
the Goat.
Ashton, hit me with that JL mini review. What did you think about it, Ashton? I know you liked it.
I did like it. I might have liked it more because I was watching it with Tony, because he had like known like a lot of backstory about how like this like even cut came to be. But I thought it was really good. Like, granted, there were a couple moments where it kind of dragged a little bit, but like I didn't feel like it was a 4 hour long movie. I thought the pacing was pretty good, with the exception of some parts. Like all of the fights, I enjoyed. Like especially like the Wonder Woman scene and the like towards the beginning was dope. Like I don't know. I thought it was really good. I like that they added the black suit Superman because I always thought that the red and blue was dumb. Um, I really liked the addition of Darkseid, and I thought that the Steppenwolf character design was really cool. Like all of the visuals were so dope. I loved like how they emphasized like the Amazonian women and everything, like that they were so like actually cool and not like fan service cool. Like I don't know, like I felt like they didn't like take any shortcuts with that. And I just felt I also really enjoyed like getting to see like Cyborg's backstory because like it didn't feel like the typical like I don't know, like grew up in the hood, like has no dad. Like I liked that it was like this more like complex like backstory that like you don't hear all the time. So I don't know, like I think overall like the movie was really, really good. I know like you disagree in a lot of ways, but I liked it and I stand by that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're putting words in my mouth. I mean, I don't.
I said in some way.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, you're right. So you can put those words back in there. But
They never left.
you're right. Okay, you were saying you would see this though, like knowing that you've seen, like if they, I think they still might plan to, but if they plan to put it in IMAX, you'd catch this cut again in IMAX.
100%.
Dude, that's crazy, low key. That's
I
kind
can tell, like I feel bad for the audio engineer because I can tell that it was an audio masterpiece. Like
dude.
I really feel like in IMAX, like that movie would have hit so good, like so
Okay,
good.
so the thing you brought up the soundtrack or like the score.
There was one song though that really did. I can't remember what part it was, but there was a part where I was like, "Why this song? What the heck?"
You
But
brought that up during the group chat, and I was like, that was before I finished it, and I was just how like I didn't want to give you my opinions, and I disagreed it because you didn't see the Joss Whedon cut, correct?
I saw parts of it,
Okay,
and
but
the parts
and
of it I
then
saw I did not like.
and have you seen everything that sets before this movie, like Batman versus Superman, Man of
Parts of
Steel?
it.
What the? Okay, what the? You're
Which
just
might
going
be
in
why I was able to enjoy it more without like the
context.
previous like wrongdoings of the other movies.
I guess, but okay, yeah. So there. I mean, I imagine Tony explained some things where you were trip or confused about, right? Yes. Did you like have questions?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, interesting. I didn't know you didn't watch everything. Unfortunately for myself, I've watched all that DC content. So here's my thing. When you talked about it and you were saying it's fire in the group chat, yeah, you're right. I kind of did disagree. Because I only watched the first parts 1 through 3. Josh, if you didn't know, it's like literally segmented into 6 parts for 4 hours. So it'll be like part 1 and then
Oh yeah,
play
I knew that one.
play something like that, and then it'll be like part 2, which I haven't seen since like a Tarantino movie or something.
Yeah.
In the
Which
original
I
cut,
loved personally.
yeah, I actually like that kind of that play. I don't know. It's a cool style to go with. It's very rarely done right, but I think they definitely utilize that, and it makes sense with the 4 hour cut. Like it's crazy. But yeah, the first when you said that, I only watched the first 3 parts, and I honestly think that's the first half of the movie, and I think it's that first half is very it drags a lot in my opinion, and I can't necessarily say the original cut did it better. Um, it just felt so long, and a lot of things were drawn out, and like everyone talks about it. I feel a bit like that when Aquaman was like denying Batman to join, and that lady like sniffs his scarf or his shirt and stuff. Just hecko, and while that other woman is like singing like uncomfortably, like it's just a weird
Yeah.
choice. Like
No, yeah, I'll admit like the Aquaman parts of the movie were probably like the weirdest because it was just it felt like kind of like unnecessary like what's the
why
word?
is it there? It's
Yeah,
just
it was just unnecessary like I don't know like because there was no explanation of like why that was supposed to be important and I didn't see Aquaman either.
yeah.
But
Josh, for
um
context,
yeah.
there is this particular scene where Batman is trying to get everyone to join, right? He's only got Wonder Woman and he has to recruit 3 other people. And he goes to where Aquaman is, and Aquaman's too cool for school. So he's like, yeah, I'll see you
Oh,
later, man.
no, he's not.
Aquaman takes off his shirt, right? As he does Jason Momoa, goes into the water. And as he does it, there's a like I think they're in like Norway or something. There's a bunch of like Scandinavian like people is at like some random Scandinavian village. And as he's going into the water, leaving Batman, he's like, "Peace." this woman just starts singing out of nowhere, like, yeah.
Right. Is that for the
Like,
soundtrack or is that for like an
nope. I
actual
mean,
lady in the movie?
kind of. It just happens in front of Bruce Wayne,
Oh.
essentially.
Oh, so it's
And
actually like happening in front of them.
yeah,
Oh,
and it happens, and this other woman goes to pick up his shirt and literally sniffs it. I'm not joking. Like, that's just a scene in the movie, and I'm mad uncomfortable, and I'm like, this scene is too long. We could have just cut it where he went into the water. This is very weird choice.
they tried one of them, the Marvel jokes, when they just make it like
I don't
goofy.
know, but
It seemed like they
Didn't
were
hit.
trying to make it like some sort of like ritual or something. Like when he goes out, like that was kind of how I was like taking it, even though it was weird. I'm like, he's not a god. Like he
it
doesn't
could
need you
be.
to like. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't need this to be able to be Aquaman. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
it
super
was just
weird.
kind of like a strange like ritual type thing, and
Yeah,
it did feel too long for sure.
and just for your context, Ashton, you didn't need to see Aquaman to go into this because that was his introduction. Was the Justice League, and then it's so weird because his introduction is in this Justice League movie, and then the Aquaman movie comes after this, and that's his origin. And it's so weird how they set
Bro,
it up, but
what is with
Yeah,
the
that's
doesn't
a
make any
really
sense.
weird way to do that.
Yeah, really
Because I
fucking weird.
especially like if I, yeah, I don't know, I don't because that Justice League didn't explain anything about who Aquaman was at all.
Yeah.
Like there was no like anything. Like you just walk
Hmm.
into a bar and there's Aquaman, and now we're supposed to care about him being a part of the team. Like, but
Yeah,
we don't know anything about him. It was
but just
strange.
I just want to clarify that I don't. I genuinely think it's better than the original version. Um, I appreciate Zach's vision and his honestly his plot better than what because the plot is actually like slightly different, and a lot of events that Zach had in this one weren't even touched on or alluded to in the other cut. So you could tell that like a lot of things were mismatched and like some things didn't add up in the original cut. But actually, I think it's a more cohesive movie. It's just crazy that it's 4 hours long, and that I don't think that if Zach did the project to where he dropped it himself, it was like that was the only cut in theaters. It obviously wouldn't be 4 hours long, and I don't know how they'd shave all this information down. So it's just like an information like overload, and I don't know how else you could do it without releasing it the way it was. I don't know. It's kind of trippy. Like, do you agree with that? Like, do you think that they could shave it down to like a 2.5 hour or 2 hour movie?
Here's the reason why I appreciate that it was 4 hours is because they used to make long movies. They used to make movies like around this length. It wasn't uncommon for them to be long. And like I guess also going into it without having seen those other movies, I felt like I was able to be like pretty integrated into the story because they took the time to explain things. And like I didn't feel like it was just dead time or like like how sometimes they do like in animes where they're sitting there talking about like their like backstory that doesn't have anything to do with anything, and you're just like, okay, like can we move on? Like I didn't feel like that at any point in the movie personally. So like
Hmm.
I don't know, I feel like there was so much information that they introduced, and like I feel like they did it in a pretty good way. And I don't I feel like that was part of the big issue of like the original release, like from what I'm gathering, is that like they tried to make it a short enough movie for people to consume because they assume that people don't want to sit there for 4 hours to watch a movie. And so they cheapen like the whole entire experience by trying to just make it consumable instead of telling a good story. So like I feel like it was the appropriate length, and I was honestly like more like if somebody had just said like, oh yeah, it's just a different kind of Justice League, I probably wouldn't have even been into it. But the fact that like people were calling it like an auteur film and calling it like this like cinematic achievement and everything, I was like, okay, like this seems like more like something that I'm actually interested in watching based on from like a film appreciation point of view, I guess.
Yeah. And like I could definitely see that. I just think if they went about their cinematic universe a little differently, it would have been the story would have been more cohesive. You could have written it more cohesive, and it you could have it appeal to more mass audience and more of the nerdy audience if you just don't focus like if you want to make this movie, make this movie. But the problem with my in my opinion with this movie is that the idea of this movie at its core is that you're trying to introduce 3 to 4 to like 8 more characters for this bigger picture thing where, Marvel sets everything up with individual movies. And if you don't want to go that route and you're trying to play catch up, I think you should just have like the Justice League movie be like, okay, they've been a team. It's not about gathering the team. You place them in a plot where it's like, okay, they've been a team for X amount of years already, and then you get to know them through that. And then if you want to do the individual movies, they're obviously like prequels and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I just like have us just throw us in that world already, and then let us put the pieces together instead of trying to jam everything in there. It's just, I don't know. That's my opinion on it. But going back to my original point, is that first half I think is very slow. Second half, however, parts 4 through 6, I actually like surprisingly like loved a lot. I can't say I'd agree where I'd want to see this in theaters again or again if ever. Like my 3 standouts are, I believe there's only like 3 fights, which is the Amazonian takeover thing from Steppenwolf, the whole where the Justice League is fighting Steppenwolf in that where what I'm talking about, Ash? I'm sorry. Where they like kidnap all the parademons are kidnapping all the people that have a lead on the mother box.
Oh yeah.
So like, that was a cool fight, and obviously the final fight, very well done. So I think there's actually one more fight, which is the Atlantean one, which it didn't really stick out to me, but
I mean,
all the
also,
choreography was sick.
There was like the Wonder Woman fight stood out for me a lot, so there was that too.
Yeah, no, all the choreography was sick, and I mean Steppenwolf's redesign, or his OG design that they brought back was all cool to me. He like looked cool. I think they developed his character a little better in this cut, and I think it's a decent movie. As far like, I'm not trying to hate on it. I know it was in the beginning. I'm just saying like that's for the first 3 parts. It's a very interesting piece of entertainment to like talk about, just because it's delivered in such an interesting way, and all the backstory behind it, how it came to be and whatnot, which it's kind of crazy that this is low-key like not crowdfunded, but like this happened because people were wanting it,
Yeah,
which
is pretty powerful.
That never happens.
Never. But
yeah,
we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah, I mean, I would appreciate more movies like made in this style where it's less. I mean, and like I can see like why also there was more like exposition about the characters, because like all of the ones like that preceded it that were like kind of like little introductions to some of the characters, like with the exception of Wonder Woman, haven't really like done so great, at least in my opinion. And like the parts that I've seen, like, and the fact that like I've seen like usually like if I see parts of a movie, like I'll be like, okay, like actually hold on, like start this over, I want to watch it. But those like didn't make me feel that way. I was just like, can you give me like the short version of what I missed and I'll watch the rest. Like I just,
yeah,
they weren't like good enough for me to feel like I really like wanted to pay attention. And like, yeah, I don't know. Like it seemed like they almost were capitalizing on the fact that they had that extra time to be able to say like, hey, maybe let's like do some of these over and do it right. I don't know. Because I feel like the way that this was done, like I would watch like solo movies of these characters,
yeah,
if they were done like that. But I get what you're saying about like the cinematic universe, like not being set up very well. Like that's obvious. Like I obviously agree if I didn't even want to watch the movies.
Yeah.
And I watched pretty much all of the Marvel ones, with the exception of Captain Marvel, I think, and like a couple of the early Iron Man movies.
What? It's okay. Iron Man 2 is kind of a snore, but Iron Man 1 is good.
I've watched the first one.
Iron Man 1 is so good.
I loved it. I loved the first one, and then I think I started the second one, and I was like, I'm good.
2 and 3, they're not bad. They're just not. I think it's not.
3
best,
is the
like,
most
efforts.
forgettable.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mostly watch those, and crazily enough, go back to those 2 and 3 just to literally see Robert Downey Jr. act as Tony Stark, because it's just fun watching him.
Oh, I forgot. That hurt. I forgot.
Rip. But yeah, no, I think it's a good movie. As far as it's like, I don't know, it's weird. Like if anyone's like, oh, do you recommend it? I'm like, it depends, because like it depends on the person. Like for Josh alone, I do not recommend it. I know he's not gonna like it. That's just me, and obviously I'm not saying Josh don't watch it. I'm just saying like I couldn't
No,
say,
I know what you're
Josh, you need to
saying.
watch this. Just knowing on what he's, I don't know, thinking what I know, what he's interested in. But
Hmm.
it's like it depends on the person. I feel if you're like in, if you've seen the, if you're curious, obviously just go for it. And I think it's definitely a better cut than the Joss Whedon cut, even though it's more condensed. But it's like the Joss Whedon cut is so fucking bad. Like there's, let alone the, I don't know how much you saw of it, Ashton, but the CGI'd mustache and like it's so bad. And I'm so glad there's
The
not
CGI had a
a
mustache.
I
you
heard
didn't
about
know
the
that, Josh?
CGI mustache. I heard about that.
No.
Or his lip, it was Henry Superman's upper lip because they had to do
Oh,
reshoots.
actually, yeah, I did know that. I
Dude,
actually.
just look it up. You don't even need to watch a scene. Look it up on Google Images. Just look up Justice League Superman CGI lip, and
Mm,
it's so bad. It's the worst thing. Like I don't even know how you could do it that bad. And none of those cuts are in it because those are all reshoots. And when Henry Cavill was, when they needed him for the reshoots, he was doing Mission Impossible, the last one. Um,
that's crazy.
and he was under contract there. They wouldn't let him shave his mustache, so they had to CGI that shit out, and it's horrible. But yeah. Other than that, that movie's a complete dumpster fire. But this one, it's definitely interesting, and it made me wish. I don't know. I could see them continuing to like hit up Zach and be like, "Yo, you want to continue the rest of your vision?" Because he had like 5 movies planned, and like,
Dang.
and this the Snyder Cut itself is getting a lot of high praise. I think that's the majority. And, a lot of people asked for it and they got it. So it's like, depending on what the numbers are from HBO Max and the viewings and stuff, they might even make that come to fruition, which would definitely be interesting. And with the character like The Flash, how he deals with time and stuff, they could easily revert this universe if they want to try to do a soft reboot. So who knows?
Dude, okay, can we just talk about I just loved Ezra Miller as the Flash. Like he did so good. I loved he was might have been my favorite part of the movie.
See, I didn't hate it, but there's like he has very likable elements to him, but then he has equally just as much like cringe elements to him, and it's not a healthy balance to me. And I'm just like,
I wouldn't change a thing. It
yeah, but that's interesting.
was so good.
All right, Ashton. If you had one wish, what would you wish for?
If I had one wish, okay, that was drawing. Okay, yeah, if I had one wish, what would I wish for? More wishes.
That is a cop out. That's
Just
a
kidding.
oh my.
No, no, it would not be more wishes. I don't know, just like to be content. I think that would be it.
To be content.
Yeah, like to like have like the things that like I need just to be content.
No, that's not bad. I feel that. That's you're just wishing to be happy. To be happy.
Right? Is that wrong?
No, that's not wrong. I would wish to be 5'7". That's about it. That's
5'7"? How
yeah,
tall are you now?
5'3". Do you see my problem
Why?
here?
I feel like okay, that's interesting that you just went for 5'7". Like that's such a
See,
specific number.
I've been asking this question to everyone at work, and
Mhm.
I keep mine at 5'7", because once you're too tall, people just start liking you because you're tall. I don't want to be
That's true.
I don't want to be liked because I'm tall. I gotta keep myself humble. So 5'7", that's just enough where I have to, I could stop asking the girls at my work to grab stuff for me up high. It's enough for me to be independent. A strong independent man. And
Well,
give me enough confidence. Even though I have I'm short. I don't care. But I'm just saying 5'7" be heat. That'd be heat.
that's a really well thought out wish. I like that.
I
I
don't
mean,
exactly.
Josh, I think you're perfect the way you are. But
I mean I know I am, but I'm
I
just,
get it.
like if I
Yeah,
had
no,
to
I
change
just
one
need to like
thing,
add fuel to the confidence,
yeah, not
You already got it. I'm just like here to fan it.
just want to see life a little bit higher. Like when I'm at the Golden Gate Bridge or something, like I want to be able to just look over the rails instead of having to go on my tiptoes.
That is a good wish.
How do you want to do this? So like, I'm like I've been
Uh,
trying to think about my questions. I can't think. My brain's just not remembering them.
I got real into Justice League talk, and now I can't think of anything else.
Now it just ended too. Should we announce? Nah, they'll figure it out.
Announce what?
I was gonna say announce that Dillon left. I was like,
Oh,
Like-
I mean, that seems like his business.
oh no,
I mean, he
why
kind
he
of just
left.
said that. Oh.
Or like, just be like, hey yo, so Dillon's not here no more. Oh, all right, I got it.
Okay.
So yeah, Dillon left because he actually just got a call casting him into Justice League. So we can't finish the conversation.
Yeah, as much as I love Ezra Miller, he's now going to be the Flash.
Wait, Ezra Miller is the guy from? Was he in
Perks of Being a Wallflower?
Yeah, he was the friend of Emma Watson, right?
Who's her brother? I
Her
think.
brother, and then he was also in that Harry Potter movie, Wild Beasts, too.
Oh yeah. I need to watch that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you don't watch those?
I haven't. I would just finally watched all of the Harry Potter movies around Christmas.
Oh, the tradition.
Well, I mean, this is the first time I've ever seen
What?
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I had this image of you that you were. I swear you watched it.
What did you think I was?
I thought you were like one of the big. Oh, maybe you mixed up with Michelle. I know Michelle loves Harry Potter.
Yeah, she named her dog after
Yeah.
Bellatrix.
Yeah, I
She's
think
very
I
much
was mixing
into
it
Harry
with
Potter.
Michelle just now. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah, her
Oh, yeah.
wedding bouquet was made out of Harry Potter pages. She's definitely
That's-
a Potter.
That's gonna
It
be
was
me.
so cool. It was so cool.
That's gonna be me with Attack on Titan, bro. I'm gonna rip up every manga.
That'd actually be really cool. I'd looked up.
I'm trying to my wall. So I have a giant wall in my room. As everyone does, we have 4 walls.
Yes.
But it says blank. And I'm trying to I want to not rip. I want to buy extra set of manga of Attack on Titan and just make one giant what's it, mural, whatever. Just tape every.
That would be super
page to the
cool.
wall. So every day I wake up, I could just be look at it and look for inspiration on my wall.
Wow. You should do that. I support this. I always I have so many blank spaces in my apartment and I don't know how to decorate them.
Isn't that a weird thing though? Since it's an apartment, you technically, there's some rules you have to abide to in terms of decoration.
My landlord's actually pretty chill. She was as long as you can fill the holes when you're done, I don't care. And I was like, okay, cool.
That's lit. But see, okay, so here's my next problem. You know how long it would take to do that? I gotta rip these books. So I'm trying to find someone to do it for me.
Oh, you should get somebody to actually paint a Attack on Titan mural on your wall, on your wall.
No, I think I plan on moving, so I don't think I should do that.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that for down the line when I got we settled in, own family,
For some
own kids.
permanence.
I get a son or a daughter. Their room is gonna be full of Attack on Titan stuff. They're gonna think, But yeah, that's about it on that.
Lucky kid. I just started, I think, episode 16 of season 3.
Do you know the top? What did you just see?
Okay, everyone, spoilers, shut your ears if you haven't seen season 3.
Yeah.
But they just, I mean, I guess we haven't gotten a confirmed kill on Reiner, but they just shot him with those arrows that explode.
Oh, next episode is.
And then
They called
Bertold
Heroes.
just turned into the. Is he the Colossal Titan? I
Yes,
can't remember.
ma'am.
Yeah, he's the Colossal one, and then Reiner was the Armored Titan. Yeah,
For some heat. Going from.
I know. Yeah, this is heating up for sure.
I think
excited.
this Sunday is the last episode in the anime season 2 for season 4. So
I'm confused because it's saying the final season, but then I was talking to Tony and he said that there's still a lot more of the manga that hasn't been animated.
yeah,
yet.
we're all confused.
So is it the final season part 1?
But that's what we're assuming. We're hoping because where it's gonna leave off on pretty much a fat cliffhanger. An extraordinary cliffhanger. So hopefully
Extraordinary.
there is a part 2 because that's what they did for season 3. Season 3 is actually split into 2 parts.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah,
like
hopefully, because
the
that's crazy.
yeah, they split it into like the Levi arc in the beginning, or not Levi, the Kenny the Ripper and Rod Reese arc, and then in that
Oh
arc
yeah,
you're
yeah,
in. So, um, we're hoping that's just what they do here, but the fact that it's called the final season is what's throwing everybody off.
yeah. That's weird.
So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of content left. Like, if for some reason this is the last season and you guys don't get the rest, like you guys are missing out, and it sucks. So I just hope that it does. One, get the time it needs to be produced, because they had they had a little bit over 6 to 8 months to make this season, which is barely any time
Yeah.
for 16 episodes, especially. So, it was really it didn't have like, because Wit Studio commandeered the first 3 seasons, and
Mm.
they chose to do it to give it to Mappa if we would do in Jujutsu, because
Mm.
one, they're a bigger company, and Wit is literally like a handful of people. They're not an actual like a big company. Like there's like
Holy crap.
it's like I don't think it's like 6, but it's very very low. Like they barely have any people, but like they're the type that like whatever project they do, they do to their creative, artistic freedom. They definitely have a style that they go for.
Yeah.
So they just, with all the stuff that happens in season 4, they could not at all finish it in time for where their father company their wanted it to release, which is just a year later, which is not. I don't think any company could have done it except for Mappa, and people are giving Mappa hate just because like there's a joke going around, because sometimes in manga to anime adaptations they change stuff
Mm.
in terms of how the scenes are angled and stuff. And it just that would happen with this season a little bit, like very little. And people, there's a joke going around. It's like, oh my god, they colored the pictures again. Are you kidding me? Like, like because like these manga readers are just going like there's something. They got some issues, a low key, but
Yeah, I did see, like, I don't know if it was from season 4 or not. It was just a
mm,
still, and I don't think it was like a spoiler, but like I saw like a side by side comparison of like the manga to the
oh,
anime, but I was looking at how like incredibly close it was. Like that's what I was actually impressed by, was how like amazingly like it literally looked like a side by side like comparison. It looked like a colorization of the same picture.
it's like 90% of the adaptation is like it looks like what you just said. They just colored over it and
Yeah,
animated it, but like the
which
ten
is
percent
cool.
that isn't, they get the most flack for no reason at all.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, this is people, like it's just this is
Yeah.
Karens and Kathys. They just,
The Karens and Kathys of the anime
that's all
community.
I'm
What the
saying,
hell?
bro. You can be like, I was gonna say be like a Josh, but I'm not that great.
You're pretty great.
I'm
Be
all
like a
right.
Josh.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have anything else. I came ready to answer questions from Josh, but
See, I upon prior to joining this call, I literally just woke up and turned on my computer, waited 10 minutes, and then I'm here. So like there's like my brain lags a little, like you know.
yeah.
I apologize, audience. I hyped them up to I had these like fire questions, and I there was 3 of them, and I managed to forget every single one of them.
Dang.
But
It's
yeah,
okay. I know you'll remember.
on the next episode of on the next podcast episode, not like not a review or anything, definitely hopefully I remember them, because you guys are in for a treat. I'm telling you, that's like some spicy content.
Man. Yeah, I'm excited.
And but yeah,
Dig deep and figure it out.
they were dumb though. Like, once you guys finally hear them, you're gonna be like, really, that was it? But like, okay, but it's like, no matter what your responses are, the stuff I had prepared to talk to you about after that was like, it was the conversation we're gonna have. Like, I don't know. I hope I remember it. But yeah, with
I hope so too.
with that, is there anything else you want to tell the beautiful audience, beautiful people?
Um, Just that they're beautiful and we love them.
You heard it here. You heard it here. You're all beautiful. But yeah, it's Dylan's birthday. This is gonna be like, it's probably gonna drop this episode like a week from now, maybe, or maybe even this Thursday. But if you hear it, just message Dylan, be like, "Happy birthday."
Yes.
Make it awkward too. Tell him we sent you. Like, say specifically, like vice versa. Let Dylan just show that man some love. He's a good guy.
Sure is. Deserves the world.
And with that, hit that beat.